only way we know how to compare each system as far as it would work for me. Like, would I do better in a communist society? They exist. If it would suit more my personality and the kind of person I am, there's no way to travel to one and just go, hey, I'd like to see what this is like for a while. I mean, if it's not my thing, I'm going back home, but there's no way to do that.
The problem is you're loud about speaking out.
I am. And I was using communism as an example.
And that's the problem with you trying out any society.
Right, is I'm
loud about speaking out.
I'm critical. I'm not just loud about speaking out. I'm critical of everything. I don't necessarily criticize, but I look at everything with a critical eye.
You don't like something, you speak right the fuck up.
Yeah, and usually my problem with any system I've encountered along my fucking life, the biggest problem has been, hey, there's too many humans making the system do what they want it to. That's, to put it in simple terms, the reason why democracy isn't working as well as it could is there are too many people who have their own self-interests at heart. They're not trying to do it for the betterment of the whole. They're just trying to do it for the betterment of themselves. And that's a perfectly normal human thing. But it's a shitty thing. As I've said it many, many fucking times, you never hear somebody say,
Zoom, zoom.
oh, hey, Mr. Cop
Didn't
Cop.
even have his fucking headlights
No, he was gone.
Didn't even have his headlights on, though. That's dangerous as shit.
Yeah. I hate to think of... You should probably be careful when the light changes. Are we sitting... Is there a sensor for this motherfucker?
If we're not sitting on it, they are.
They're not sitting on shit. Oh, there it goes. Hey, you know, I just don't like sitting in this neighborhood.
Right, it's...
At 3 in the fucking morning.
Oh, I know.
You know, driving by the old place to see what's going on, it's a lot of fun, but
we're supposed to be.
I don't want to be anywhere in this fucking room.
I get it. We're not being touristy here. We're sitting exactly where we're supposed to be. We're not sitting in front of...
I'm getting beeped at? Who am I being beeped at by? She is sad because her dom dumped her. I'm trying to avoid actively saying names while I know I'm being recorded. That way I'm not just outright calling somebody out. But yeah, she's sad because her dom dumped her. And I don't want to sound all like unconcerned or uncaring because that's a problem I have.
But it's not her problem. Aw, tiny dog. Protecting its hooker at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's good stuff. That's her pimp. Has he got a watch?
Yeah, he's watching its hooker at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. No, I mean during. You got her bent over, you're taking one, and he's steady eyeballing you with half a lipstick. relationships are just another matter of politics.
Right.
My big problem with her isn't an interaction between her and I. It's one of the problems that Stephanie and Joe and I ran into is, as I explained to Steph, husband or master. They're either the same person. You can't have both. You can't have them be two different people. Conflict arises. You can't have a husband and a master. And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you can, but they have to get along and blah, blah, blah. No. There will come a point of conflict where one person says, like the husband says, nope, I'm putting my foot down.
They're putting down different
and the master
orders.
has to say,
they're giving different orders.
Right. And that creates conflict.
And you got a sub having to choose which one they're taking orders from.
Exactly. And it's enough of a problem where they're looking between you and I and going, who do I listen to here? And in that regard, me. Yeah, nothing wrong with my lungs either. Timing's off on that light. Doesn't it? Earthy and aromatic. I want to roll the window down, but I'm afraid we'll attract redheads.
Right.
All systems that humans design have a tendency towards failure. I think the best idea is to incorporate failure into it. To design a system that basically has to be reassessed intentionally every fucking 10 years or so. Because it's going to fucking start failing everywhere. The system needs, the problem with our current system is it would function if we cycled through it quicker.
That's part of the idea with cars, is they mean for you to go in for things like the oil changes and the tune-ups and whatnot every so often, the routine maintenance. They mean for you to go in for that shit.
I think we should set term limits on all fucking politicians. Every single last fucking one of them. The president gets 8 years max.
They don't ever mean for you to just buy a car and be done with your car problems forever.
You know, if your alternator goes out, you're supposed to switch out the alternator. You're not supposed to just buy a new car.
You're supposed to buy a car, and then that car comes with a book with a maintenance schedule in it. And you're supposed to follow that maintenance schedule. That maintenance schedule usually involves an oil change every 3 to 6 months. It involves belts. It involves...
Oil change doesn't involve just dropping out the oil. It involves taking out the oil filter,
the
air filter. It takes out all the other extremes.
There's spark plugs every
So when somebody says they need to have an oil change, a lot of people actually just think they're changing out their oil. That's the same problem we run into with our government.
Right.
We're not changing out just the oil. I mean, we're changing out a bunch of it. Like, the president gets 8 years, max, that's it. No matter what he fucking does, 8 years. The president can only
It
have 2
doesn't matter
terms.
if he's a fucking Carter, or if he's a Clinton, or if he's a...
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how good or bad the motherfucker is.
The only way we got George Bush in the office for more than 2 fucking terms is because the father and son have the same fucking name.
Right.
I never thought I'd say that I have more respect for George Bush Sr. Took a while for that to grow on me, actually. But the president only gets 8 years. Why in the fuck do the senator and congressman not have to do the same thing? Offset. Like 2016 was a presidential election year, 2018 should be a congressional election year. That's the way it is this year anyway, I think. And it should keep getting everybody cycled out. I don't understand how they keep staying in the race. There should be a limit. Like for congressmen, 3 terms. You get 12 years as a congressman and then you're fucking done.
Why can they just take money from anywhere? That just seems dirty. The sponsorship from any old corporation.
Why do the congressmen get money in the first fucking place?
Right.
I mean, aside from their salary. There are a lot of things I would change about the way our system operates. Not that I would change our system, because the system we have functions, even as badly mismanaged as it is right now. I mean, the fucking engine has been operating on the same fucking oil filter and fuel filter for the last 200 and some odd years. Maybe more recently than that. But really, it seems that whenever we get a Republican president, it's like they grab that barrel of the old oil that we dumped out before, and they dump it back into the engine.
Seems like it.
And then we get a Democratic president, and they put in new oil, but it's not really new oil, it's recycled oil. And then the Republicans get in and they just grab that barrel of the old oil they drained out before, because fuck it, that oil's still good. Not paying for new oil. Have you seen what those bastards are charging for it? The system is not broken.
The Democrats keep relabeling the recycled oil that it's environmentally friendly.
Well, shit, the Republicans are just calling their oil repurposed. I mean, it's not reused. It's not the same old oil as before. It's repurposed.
Right.
Manipulation of words and bullshit. My problem is
Well,
that
they
I
both
see
do
right
it.
through all that.
They both do it.
Yeah, badly. I liked Sanders, but not enough to vote for him, because I think his tax ideas would have fucked us
Oh my god.
just as badly as Trump is trying to with the fucking. It's gonna
Trump
take
is.
us. It's gonna take
Trump
us a decade
is.
plus to get over the shit he's going to do.
Trump is crashing us. I'm not sure we're going to get past Trump. Trump is crashing us. He's rolling us back so fucking quickly. We're going to be in a recession by the time he's done with this.
It won't last. it can. I don't like humans as a general rule because every system that they have created, they shit all over. Even, I've said this before too, even terrorism, even fucking tyranny, even despotism works on fucking paper.
He's rolling back all of the regulations.
When you add us to the fucking mix. But the problem is that we, as a fucking community, cannot stand staring at the fucking hate for that long. I'll lose all faith in humanity, not when he gets elected a second time, but when people don't start burning shit down when he gets elected a second time.
It's not going to take that long.
Sure it will.
He's rolling back all of the regulations
And
right
we
now,
will put up with an extraordinarily large amount of our fucking freedom being taken away.
Right now, he's rolling back all of the financial regulations put in place after the housing bubble burst.
Yeah, I know. I'm not climbing back up onto that bubble either.
If you want to buy a house, it's a great time to start saving money. He seems to be setting us up for it. He's putting together a great fucking crash.
Every time I mention the word socialism, everybody starts thinking about fucking redistribution of wealth and everybody living in poverty.
There's going to be another surge of idiots going to run out and finance houses that they can't afford. Because the banks already own a bunch of fucking houses.
Banks aren't going to want to go through that again.
Banks already own a bunch of fucking houses that they don't want.
Right, they're not going to want to go through that shit again. Their health care plan has all of the major health agencies against it. And the first one to lead that fucking charge was the American Association of Retired People. When AARP steps up and goes, nope, that's a load of horse shit. What are you doing to our people? That's all the old people.
And they're still marching forward with it anyway.
Yeah, I've noticed.
You
That's what I'm saying. We will
AARP?
put up with a whole lot of shit. Yeah, the American Hospital Association, the American Medical Association, there's a whole laundry list of fucking alphabet soup fucking names that are all opposed to it. And they don't care. The current government is not working in our best interest. If it all collapses, what should be in place? Democracy will have failed. Will that be the statement? Was it Socrates? The best thing about a perfect democracy is that everyone has a voice. The worst thing about a perfect democracy is that everyone has a fucking voice. We live in a democratic republic. Powered by capitalism. I mean, there's a lot of shit you can say about the nation and all of it sounds bad all of it's labeled, but most of it functions. The problem with our country is that none of it wants to function with the rest of it. The alternator doesn't want to fucking work with the water pump. The water pump's got a goddamn problem with the radiator. They've been arguing for a year and a half now. It's beyond just the oil needing fucking changed, or every time they do it they forgot to change the filter the last 8 times they've changed it out. It's that the fucking muffler is corroded in 8 fucking spots. It's that the brakes need changed. It's that the water pump hasn't worked right in forever. It's that the fucking car is falling the fuck apart due to sheer neglect. And not just neglect, but people arguing and squabbling over which part of the car needs fixed and focused on first. Should we fix the radiator first? Well, no, we need all of it fixed, all at once. So buy all the parts so that we can fix it. But that's not the way humans fucking function. They don't know how to do that. They're 2-position creatures. On or off, on or off. That's why anytime you talk about Trump, if you're against Trump, you must have been for Hillary. If you're for Trump, you must have been against Hillary. Well, that last part's actually true. But they can't comprehend you saying, I didn't like any of them. Oh, well, and they don't have a fucking argument for that. I hate all of them. None of them stand up for our interest. They're only in it for their own. Systems. Tomorrow trash day? Today trash day?
I don't know.
Worth a try. Trash needs to go